Welcome guys to my YouTube channel. Is your TV show presenter Yusuf Danjuma underscore TV. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Welcome Papa F.O.C.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, so today we'll be talking about the massacre that happened here in Kwara North, Kaiama in specific. Seriously, the massacre was really this was really touching, and I really felt I was down when I heard the news, and I was like, oh, let me just give you some time before we talk about it today. So I don't know what's your insight on what happened, because sources from inside said they had about 150 people killed, and but what government said was around 70 something people were killed. So I don't know what you can put into this today's show. Let's talk about the good people we lost, and let's see how it goes.
All right. Thank you very much. Maybe we should just start the show by paying respect of, even if it's not up to 1 minute, let's say
Yeah.
3 seconds silence for the departed soul. So let's just take like 3 minutes or 3 seconds to pay respect to them.
Okay.
All right. You see, like I used to say, that the problem we are facing now it's a problem that has been for decades. And it's so unfortunate. Part of the people that were being killed are people that are close to me, people
Mm.
I can term family,
Mm.
people that we've worked together, people like the OIC of that facility in
Okay.
Woro Community, the young man who happened to be the outgone SCG president that just finished school, a certified nurse at the moment that has not even practiced,
Mm.
and that he happened to be the prince of the
Wow.
community himself. These are people that I have worked with, and they've likewise worked with me. And Nuku community too, Woro and Nuku, there are two communities that are side by side, they share boundary.
Mm.
And it's so disheartening that these are no longer communities that you can say are in the forest or are hidden. These are community that lies, in fact, I will not say they lie beside a major road. A major road passes in between the
In between
community.
community, which has already been
Yes,
developed.
because this is like the major route that people moving from Kaiama to Kainji used to ply. It's a busy road. So for something like this to have happened with that period of time, and there is like a military base sort of in Kayama town itself.
There would have been early intervention,
Yes,
but
there should have been like an intervention towards it. But for us to be recording this number of losses, it's kind of disheartening. And the unfortunate thing about it is, we that we are into NGO conflict resolution activities, there is one thing we call early warning signs. There are some things that have been noted that would have been reported to the appropriate quarters for them to take action before the escalation of an issue. These things were being reported because it was after the incident we kept hearing news like, okay, they've reported such incident.
I believe there were some early warning signs to this massacre.
Yeah, definitely they were. But sometimes because of our kind of nonchalant attitude, we don't pay cognizance to some things. Now, the mass entrance of armed people into a community is a warning sign enough. That's number one thing. Why did they leave where they are coming from? Who are they? Are they farmers? Are they nomads? Did they come with cows? Those were the first thing they would have thought of. Then the second thing is, they said they were preaching another wrong ideology, extremist ideology. This is enough for them to have actually made the public to know, to take the reasons and the cause to the appropriate
You
quarters.
said, sorry to cut you
Mhm.
short. You said something about extremists and ideology.
Yes.
What are you referring to? Is it, what is
No,
it? Was
Yeah,
it?
from the news
Yeah.
that came forth after the visit of the governor,
Yeah.
it was specifically noted that when these people came, they were giving them an extremist ideology about religion,
Okay.
which is like the basis of the ideology being portrayed by the bandits,
Mm.
killings, and the likes, not for the just cause. You understand?
Mm.
So all these things are things they should have reported to the appropriate quarters.
Mm. It's true.
And there are some other things like that. There are some other things like that. But sometimes because we believe, oh, we look alike, we speak the same dialect, we pray in the same worship center, we believe, oh, let's just see ourselves as one. But in
Mm.
the ideas and in the real sense, are those people seeing you as brothers?
It's
So these
true.
are part of the warning signs they should have paid attention to as well.
So how about I want you to talk about the give us insight on how action has been taken on this current situation.
All right. I think I want to give the first kudos to the executive governor of Kwara State this time
Okay.
because the same set day the incident happened,
Yeah.
he himself got himself down to Kaiama.
That's good.
Yeah, and that same night, if I may recall, that same night, from the presidency, courtesy of the President of the Federal Republic, we learned that a battalion of the Nigerian Army was actually deployed to Kayama local government, likewise, at least to flush out the people that perpetrated the evil act.
Yeah.
But there is still problems. Let me not just say a problem. There are still problems. You understand
Yeah.
that is still imminent in the same area because Kayama is a place I've worked before.
Okay.
There's practically no health facility under Kayama except those in like Bani Adena, but any other place, any other ward in Kayama, there's no place I've not been to.
Wow, that's
So
good.
I know this place in and out, and I can tell you the likely problems they might be encountering at the moment. Yeah, yes.
Oh, that's good. So, do you think that there's anything we could do before such things like this happen? Like maybe any insight? Do you think maybe early warning signs like, oh, we are noticing this kind of stuff, who to contact? Because most of these villagers, sometimes you just go to police stations and stuff like that. People just look at you and say, oh, okay, we'll look at it or stuff. Is
Mm.
there maybe in contact, maybe an emergency contact people from Kayama could get, maybe on some insight from you they could get to, contacts to relate some information about things that is going on before the initial event.
Yes, you see, in the country we find ourselves at the moment, and let me be specific to say, in the community we find ourselves at the moment, the only profession that gets real down to the grassroots are people that are in the health sector.
Mm.
So I think the aspect of saving lives in the health sector should not only be about injections, medicine, treatment, and the likes again. The best way I think we can tackle this issue is involving the people in the primary health care, involving them in involving the primary health care people in the security network or framework of each grassroots, of each community. You cannot find police station in some community.
Yeah.
You cannot find police station in some wards, but you will find a primary health center in every political ward of this country.
It's true.
So if the OICs are well trained in this aspect of early warning sign, they can easily communicate the issue down to either their local government level, and the local government health HOD can at least swiftly move the same issue down to the states for immediate action. But for you to tell me, okay, so early sign was being reported to the security channel of the local government and they took no action about it, come to think of it, how many police do we have in the local government?
No,
They are not enough to even if they have gone to the community, they would have been overpowered
it's true.
because the number of bandits are more than the number of the police and the civil defense in that community at that particular time.
Not enough manpower.
Yes, but this thing has been communicated down to the states. The states would have known how to deploy people immediately to move to that axis and restore peace. So these are part of the ways I think we can provide fast solutions to the early warning signs. To the early warning signs.
Okay, I have a safety question.
Okay.
So you spoke about the OIC being trained specially, to relate information. Don't you think it might put the OIC himself to a tight spot in the sense that he might be a target? I don't know. I just know maybe if I'm just overthinking it, but I just feel like once it put the OIC over healthcare facility to
Mm.
he will be exposed to danger. Basically, that's what I'm thinking. But I don't know if it's really that way. But what do you think?
Yes, the issue is when I mentioned the OIC, it's
Mm,
because if we want to stem down training to the
mm,
grassroots,
mm,
most times we tend to give it out to the OIC and we expect the OIC of that facility to pass it down to anybody under him or her. So we training the OIC, if need be, we can move to the extent of training all the health personnel within that local government.
mm,
But primarily, the people that are serving as the OIC should be adequately informed
okay.
so that for the sake of check and balance,
Yeah.
they can now, uh, being well informed, they can train and retrain anybody under them in case if the person is doing it the wrong way. That is why I made mention of the OIC. But in the ideal situation, it is all the health personnel in that local government that ought to be security conscious,
Okay.
that ought to know about all these early warning signs so that they can report it in due course.
Okay, so I have one other question again
Okay.
concerning emergency contact. So for instance, now I've not been to Kayama before.
Okay.
So is the road that leads to Kayama, is it good? For instance, because if you call an emergency call to probably the soldiers and
Hmm.
they are on their way coming, would they be able to get there in time if the road is good or not? I don't know if the road is good
Okay.
or not because I've not been there before.
Now the road is not good. And
Mm,
this is another aspect the government ought to really work towards.
mm.
At this present time, Kwara State will be 50 this year, my dear brother.
Wow, that's
And a
beautiful.
state that is 50 years old that cannot boast of a motorable road from the capital
Mm.
to the local government head, then it is a total disgrace. It is.
Daddy, I finished my food. Daddy, I finished my food.
All right. The truth is, the road that leads to Kaiama from the state capital is bad.
Mm.
And that is another aspect the government needs to look into. That's where they need to sit up and gear up. Now look at Kwara State, a state that will be 50 years this year, and still they cannot boast of having a motorable road from the state capital to the local government head of all the 16 local governments. That is a bad omen. It is not something that is worthy to celebrate. It is a total disgrace on the state. All our local government headquarters, we cannot beat our chest of up to like 5 to 6 local government that have motorable road from their local government to the state capital. So even if they deploy soldiers to go there because of the road, how fast can we get to that place?
Mm.
So this is a failure on the part of the government. And we cannot say it is a failure to the community. If the government can do the right thing, then the community likewise will enjoy quick access or response to calls, to emergency messages. So I think the government should sit up on that as well. The government should sit up on that.
All right. I guess we've touched basically all we need to touch on this today's show.
Mm.
So we've come to the end of this show.
But sorry,
Yeah.
permit me to just chip in this.
Okay.
You see, the land size of Kayama
Yeah.
and Barutin combined should be a thing of concern,
Mm.
even to the federal government.
Okay.
Because Barutin local government, Kayama local government combined is more than half the land size of Kwara State. So what is this telling you? There are many virgin lands open space being claimed by a community, but development has not gotten to where bandits can base.
Mm.
So these people that actually perpetrated this evil now in Woro and Nuku, you cannot specifically tell me they are still within that community. They might have gone far. So getting other set of bandits now might not actually be the real people that perpetrated the evil. And these are two communities that shares boundary again with Benin Republic. So, and look at the borders of this country, still porous. So now tell me, how sure are we that this set of people have not even moved into Benin Republic by now? So I think we need to work on our border. Then we need to look at maybe Kwara State should create more local government so that there can be more development in places that are still left barren. You understand? So that at least with more of social engagement, physical engagement, infrastructural development, most of all these barren lands, virgin lands, will see development and it will not serve as hideouts to criminals again. So I think these are part of the things we need to look into as well within Kwara State. Within
Mm.
Kwara State.
All right. All right. So, the governor of Kwara State, please do something about our road and do something about our insecurity to be easy for people to access, and all this massacre will be able to, like, the percentage of the massacre happening will be able to reduce.
Mhm.
So that will be all for today. Thank you, Papa F.O.C.
Thank you very much,
All
sir.
right. So, guys, like, subscribe, and follow me for more.